So in today's lesson, we are going to talk about some of the common incorrect answer choices that you will see on the TOEIC listening test. Basically, these are tricks and traps that the TOEIC test makers insert into the test to measure your English ability. We'll talk about many different tricks and traps today. Some of them you will quickly recognize, and some others might be new to you, but they are all important. So let's get started. Probably the most common trick and trap that we will see is when the incorrect answer choice is a meaning problem. So what is a meaning problem? Let me show you. They are having lunch. The picture shows two men and a woman sitting at a table, and it looks like they are having a business meeting. The sentence is wrong because they are not having lunch. We don't see any food in the picture. The meaning of the answer choice is different from the photo. That is a meaning problem. Now, there are many different types of these meaning problems. Let's take a look at some of the most common kinds of these problems with some examples. Another type of meaning problem is when the environment mentioned in the answer choice is different from the environment in the photo. Let's take a look at an example.
It's very snowy and cold.
So with this example, the sentence says that the environment is very snowy and cold. But when we look at the photo, we can see that the environment is actually sunny and nice. Be careful of answer choices that misidentify the environment of the picture. So the next type of trick and trap that we will look at today is when the action that is shown in the picture is different from the action mentioned in the answer choice. So an action is something that someone is doing. So maybe they are running, or they're eating, or they're exercising. Let's look at an example. He is taking a shower. The sentence says he is taking a shower, but if we look at the picture, we see he is not taking a shower, he's taking a bath. Here the action is wrong. Be careful of answer choices that the actions described are different from the pictures. So the next meaning problem we will look at is when the facial expressions mentioned in the answer choice is different from the facial expressions you see in the photo. So a facial expression is like, he is happy. She is sad. He is sleepy. He is bored. These are all facial expressions. Let's take a look at an example.
He is very angry.
The answer choice says he is very angry. But when we look at the picture, he is obviously not angry. He looks very calm. Be careful of answer choices that misidentify facial expressions in the picture. The next type of meaning problem that we will look at is when the answer choice mixes up characteristics of one person or one thing with another. Basically, it's when, say, there's two people, a man and a woman, and the man is wearing a hat, and the woman is not. The answer choice says the woman is wearing a hat. Let's take a look at another example. The woman is talking on the telephone. Here the man is talking on the phone, but not the woman. So the answer choice mixes up the man and the woman. Be careful of answer choices that misidentifies certain characteristics of people in the picture. Next is when the answer choice misidentifies an object that we see in the picture. If there is a computer in the picture, the answer choice will say there is a fax machine. Let's take a look at another example.
She's using a telescope.
In this picture, it shows a scientist looking through a microscope, not a telescope. Be careful of answer choices that misidentify objects in the picture. The next trick is when the answer choice says that there are many people in the picture, or some people in the picture. But if we look at the picture, there are no people. Maybe the building is empty, or the streets are empty. Let's take a look at an example. The sidewalks are crowded with people. So here the answer choice says, crowded with people. That means a lot of people, right? But if we look at the picture, we can see that there are no people in the picture. Be careful of answer choices that identify people in a picture that have no people. Another common meaning problem is when the answer choice misidentifies the material that something is made of. Let's take a look at an example.
They are relaxing on a concrete deck.
If we look at the deck, we can see that it's not made of concrete. It's made of wood. Be careful of answer choices that misidentify material that objects are made of. The next meaning problem we will look at is when the answer choice talks about a minor background detail as a central feature of the photo. Let's take a look. They're getting on the tram. The answer choice says that they are getting on the tram. Well, a tram is like a train. If you look at the picture, in the left side you can see the tram in the background. But this is a very small background detail, a minor background detail. And there are no people getting on the tram in this picture. Be careful of answer choices that misidentify small background details as a main part of the picture. The next meaning problem is when the answer choice says a different location for the photo than the photo shows. Let's take a look at an example.
She's playing her guitar on stage.
So again, the answer choice says she's playing her guitar on stage. This is a little different because if you look at the picture, she is playing the guitar, but where is the stage? There is no stage. She's playing the guitar on the sidewalk. Be careful of photos that misidentify the location of the picture. Another common trick is to use a word that sounds very similar to something in the picture, but has a different meaning. For example, flute and fruit. Flute and fruit sound very similar to each other. This is a picture of a flute. It's a musical instrument. And of course, this is a picture of fruit. If you're not listening closely, it can be very difficult to distinguish flute from fruit. So be careful of similar sounding words. She's eating some fruit. Here we can see that she's not eating anything. She is playing the flute.